Back for a new episode of the Riff Rundown with the awesome folks at Fishman. Today's lesson is pre-recorded, but don't worry, put your comments in the comment section. I will get to all those questions when I am back in town. So today we're going to be learning Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. I have my trusty Mustang with my Gristle-Tone P90s. It's going to sound super killer today. So really excited to be using these Fishman pickups today for this tune. So have your electric guitar in standard tuning for this song today. If you happen to have a distortion pedal too, bring it along. It's more than welcome on today's lesson. So this will be a lot of fun. We're going to break it up part by part, piece by piece, note by note, all of that good stuff. So before we get started, folks, let me know where you are tuning in from and your favorite grunge anthem. Your favorite grunge anthem and where you are tuning in from. So without further ado, here we go. Here is Smells Like Teen Spirit. So that is the tune that we are going to be learning today. As you notice, I had some effects here today, and I'll definitely let you know in the comments what I'm using in this lesson today. So it'll be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get started at the first part here, okay, the iconic. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over those chords and the notes and the strumming, how that is happening here today. So first finger, place that on the F. This is going to be an F5 power chord. First finger goes on that F, okay, first fret of that E string. Get your third finger, placing that here on C, third fret of the A string. Pinky finger goes to play the other F, third fret of that D string. So we're going to strum it like this. Let's do that again. And notice I'm kind of muting it here. I'm lifting the fingers and muting those strings. Let's go ahead and do that again. Just kind of wiggle that wrist. And let the pick do the work for you there. So now here's the B flat 5, first finger on the first fret of that A string, B flat. Third finger, put that on the third fret of the D string, that's your F, and then your pinky finger is the other B flat third fret of that G string. And here's how we strum this. Okay, so let's do that again nice and slowly. The F5 and the B flat 5. Right? And all that kind of stuff too, if that happens, it's the essence of grunge, guys. It's totally cool. So here we go. Let's do that again. One more time. Okay, one more time for good luck. Let's go ahead and do it. Now if you'll notice here, see how I'm putting my second finger? I'm muting that E string. So feel free, if you want a little bit of insurance and you want to do that, that's totally cool too. Now let's go ahead and go up to our A flat 5. This is located on the fourth fret of that E string, first finger. Your third finger right here, okay? That is playing this note here, 6th fret of the A string, okay, that's your E flat, and then your third finger is going just underneath it, playing the A flat 6th fret of that D string. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Okay, so we have. So just like how we strum the F chord. So let's put these three together, a little slowly here. Let's do that 2 more times. Okay. Now we go to the final chord here. This is going to be our D flat, first finger, 4th fret of that A string. That's where D flat lives. Okay, it's enharmonic note or other nickname. You might know it as C sharp. Okay, but we're calling it D flat here in this song today. So 4th fret of that A string is where D flat lives. Go ahead and put your 3rd finger on the A flat that is located on the 6th fret of that D string, and then we're going to go ahead, pinky goes down on the 6th fret of the G string, D flat. Okay, so now let's put all of these parts together. Do it a little faster now. So again, Kurt would play it a little bit different every time too, so listen back to some of those live performances and see how he does this. Again, it's really about encapsulating the energy with this song. Such a great tune, such a great tune. Really loving how these Gristle-Tone P90s are sounding on this. This is so great. This is so great. Greg and the guys at Fishman, like seriously, these are rocking. Loving these. And again, I have a link down there too so you guys can see all the awesome stuff that Fishman is doing. You could even check out these. So yeah, I'll leave the link in the comments in the description of the video so you can check that out. But yeah, these are totally rocking this. Okay, so once we do that, right, and then Dave Grohl's patata, 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 right, that drum part that he does. Now what here, if we were playing this live, right, kick on the distortion. So I happen to have a fuzz pedal here. I am using the Fallout Cloud by Thorpy Effects here. So I'm gonna click that on, and here it is when we play this a little more full-fledged with the bass and the drums coming in. So it's a little fuller, right? We're not being as sticky, right? Da-da-da, chicka-chicka, with the strumming that we did at the top. We're gonna let these ring a little bit more, let the sustain be your friend here. And we're using the same exact chords as we did in that intro, okay? So let's go ahead and go through this. Notice how we don't have those mutes? We're not doing that here, at least in this part, okay? So let's do that one more time. Cool. That's cool. So here's what we'll do. Part 1 and part 2, I'll go ahead, kick off the fuzz for right now. I'll do the clean to dirty. So here we go. And that's how we stop it right before we go into the verses, okay? So that's what's happening there. So now the verses, super simple, guys. If you happen to have like a phase or something really aquatic sounding, mixed with a little bit of delay can sound really, really cool here. A chorus, which Cobain used quite a bit. I've got an MXR Phase 90 that I'm using here along with my Strymon El Capistan tape delay. So these are the two that I have together to get this. And I'm keeping the fuzz on. Okay, so I have those three on simultaneously for this. So lucky for us, this is a pretty simple thing to play through those verses. So I'm sure you can hear my phase going through, which is great, I love it. So your first finger, place that on the 5th fret of that G string, okay? So this note here, so that's our C. And then your second finger is playing F, 6th fret of that B string. And again, too, in the comments, guys, let's share like what you guys use when you play this song live. I want to know what kind of pedals you're using for this too. So here we go. And that's it. So once we get closer to that chorus, we're going to double up. And we're going to play each of these notes 2 times. So 2 times on C, and then 2 times on F. And notice the alternate picking here, folks. I want you to do that. So let's go ahead and go back and forth between that. Okay, so that's what's happening there with that part of the song. So after that, we go into the chorus. Guess what? Same with the verse. Okay, so that repeats there. Now there's this extra section in that chorus that I think is really, really super cool. It goes like this. Okay, so let's talk about that. I'm going to take, so when you play this, you will have like a fuzz or a distortion or some sort of overdrive on that. For the purposes of this, I'm going to go ahead and just click it off right now. So here's how we're going to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what's happening here. So we go back to that F5, right? We already know how to do this. First finger on that F note, first fret of that E string, third finger placing that on the C, 3rd fret A, and then pinky finger goes on the F, 3rd fret, D string, D as in dog. And you're going to strum it like that. Okay? Be very affirmative with this. Have a lot of good intention when you're doing this. Just like that. Now we're going to slide on up. Okay? We're calling this G flat today. Okay? So this G flat, right? Its enharmonic name is usually F sharp, right? But in this case, we're calling it G flat because in this key, F is already taken. Okay? So we're going to call it G flat today. So get your first finger, 2nd fret of the E string, G flat, okay? Get your 3rd finger, placing that here on the 4th fret of the A string. We're calling this D flat today, okay? And then your pinky finger is playing our other G flat, 4th fret of that D string, okay? So here we go. When we play this again, I'm taking the fuzz and distortion off so that we can hear this a little clearer, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Notice 2 really quick downward strokes. Let's do that again. Now, you're going to get your 3rd finger bending up on the 3rd fret of the G string, and I kind of scrape it. So I'm putting my hand, as you can see here, keeping it perpendicular with the pickup. So that's the sound I want. And then grabbing that B flat 3rd fret of the G string, and then bending it up like that. So we're reaching to get that C note, so it's a whole step bend. And if you can get that B in there too, it's kind of wacky. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Let's do that part again, nice and slow. Okay. From this, go back to your F5 power chord. Just like that. Okay, so let's put those pieces together. Now let's do that one more time, and we'll get to the last half of this. Yeah, one more time. From here, give me a B flat, power chord, B flat 5, okay? First finger on the 6th fret of that E string, that's our B flat. Your 3rd finger is going to play this note here on the 8th fret of the A string, that's our F, and your 3rd finger, or your pinky finger, is going to go ahead and play the B flat that's located on the 8th fret of that D string. You're going to play it one time, then bring it back a half step. Us guitar players, that's 2 frets, to A flat, 1st finger, right, 4th fret of that E string, that's your A flat, 3rd finger on the E flat, 6th fret of the A string, and pinky finger playing the A flat, 6th fret of the D string. So just like that. Let's go through this again, whole part. Do that one more time. One more time. So here we pause for a beat, then we go back to our verse. Okay, so that's what's happening there. Now after that verse, okay, we have another chorus, we have another chorus section, we go into a solo. So let's go ahead and play everything we have so far. We'll go through the solo, and folks, we're done for the day. We've learned the tune. Isn't that cool? So again, folks, if you're loving these lessons, be sure to subscribe to the channel, folks. Angela Petrilli Music. Would love it if you did. So here we go. Double up, getting closer to that chorus. And then we go to our chorus. And then the chorus section 2. And then to our verse. Okay, so that's what's happening there. Let's go ahead and talk about the solo now. So the solo looks and sounds like this. So here's how we play it. Again, when I play this, I've got delay, I have fuzz, and I have the phase on here too. So for this, I'm just gonna keep the delay on. We'll keep it a little cleaner so you guys can really hear the nuances. And then when you're back at home, you can go ahead and just have so much fun layering all those pedals, okay? So here's part one. So what's happening here, we're mirroring the melody, right, in those verses. That's exactly what we're doing. So get that first finger, 5th fret of the G string, that's your C. Then go to the 8th fret of that G string. That's your E flat. Sliding it up to F, the 10th fret of the G string. Let's do that nice and slowly here. Just like that. Now, get your first finger, play the 6th fret of the D string, right there. That's your A flat, okay? So let's go ahead and do this again. And again, give it a little vibrato wiggle right there, okay? It's something I like to do. Throw it in if you'd like. Okay, that's part one. Now part two goes like this. So here's how we do that. Get your 3rd finger, bring it back to the 8th fret of that G string, okay? So that's our E flat, bend it up a whole step to F. Then bring it back down. Go back to the 6th fret, that right there is going to be your D flat to C, okay? So let's do that again. So let's go ahead, put parts 1 and 2 together. Let's do that again. Don't forget about your alternate picking. One more time. Okay, so part 3 sounds like this. Okay, so let's do that again. Okay, get your 2nd finger, put that on the 6th fret of the G string. Go to that 5th fret C. 5th fret G string. With your 3rd finger, reach to the 8th fret of that D string, that's your B flat. 1st finger, A flat, 6th fret of that D string. Let's do that again. Pretty cool, right? Go back to the 8th fret of that D string, go back to that B flat. Now we're gonna bend this downward. That's how I like to do it. Bend it downward a whole step. Like that. And have the 1st and 2nd finger help you get there. Let them help you bend that string. Then going back to the 6th fret, 5th fret of that D string. Okay, so let's do that whole section again. This is section 2, or section 3. Let's put all 3 parts together here. Okay, lucky for us, parts 4 and part 5 are just part 1 and part 2. We're repeating them again. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, the last part of this solo. Okay, so starting on that 6th fret of the D string, right? It's our A flat. It's a G, 5th fret of that D string. We're going to do this 4 times. We're going to hit that again, right? That G note, 5th fret D string, sliding back to F, 3rd fret D string. Okay, so let's do that nice and slowly. Okay, so here's the whole solo. I'll play it clean, and then I'll play it with the effects, okay? And folks, we're there. This was so fun to teach, so here we go. So that part there is going to repeat 4 times, the. Okay, so now here's the solo with all the effects. I have my Strymon phase 90, I have my Capistan, not Strymon phase 90, my MXR phase 90, my Strymon Capistan tape delay, and then I've got my Fallout Cloud by Thorpy Fuzz. Okay, so here's the solo with the effects. Repeat that 2 more times afterwards. So isn't that cool, folks? That's the whole tune. Again, such a joy teaching you guys and being here week after week. This is a super fun song to play. So my beginners, don't fret. See what I did there? Don't fret. You guys can do this. So take your time. Again, with an electric guitar, sometimes it's a little bit easier to play because the strings are a little bit lighter. This is a super fun guitar to play with. Again, Fishman killing it with these Gristle-Tones, P90s, Greg and Fishman. These are great, super fun. So again, folks, if you want to learn more about all the cool stuff Fishman is doing, be sure to click the link in the description box. I have that there for you guys so you can see all the gear that I use and all of that good stuff. It's really, really great. So again, folks, if you're enjoying these lessons, by all means, be sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps the cause. Angela Petrilli Music. You can catch me too on my website, AngelaPetrillimusic.com. I'm playing live shows again and super excited, so please do visit the website and see where I will be playing, and hopefully it's in a town near you. Again, such a joy. I want to thank the folks at Fishman for helping me run these lessons week after week. And again, I want to say I'm so thankful to all of you. Thank you so much. These lessons would not be possible if it wasn't for you. So thank you so, so much for always tuning in, always being so engaged and encouraging to players on here too. That's been really cool to see my more experienced students helping out the folks who are just starting to learn to play. So I'm really loving the community that we're building here, and I just wanted to say thank you all so, so much for just being so cool and just so great. And again, I think, you know, playing a little music makes the world a little bit of a better place. I would like to think so, at least. So again, thank you all. Truly thankful for you guys. So thank you. And again, as always, wishing you all much success. Tag us in your videos. Tag me and Fishman. We want to know how you guys are doing. So again, thank you all so much. I will see you guys next week.